Up next on Prime7 Local News, police will be watching our roads and our waters this summer to keep everyone in line heading into Christmas. Dramatic pictures of the wild weather across the weekend, from small tornadoes to flooding rain as La Nina continues to strengthen across the region. We take a tour of Bathurst Prison to see how inmates have adjusted to life during COVID. The cricket has come down to the wire with a close win for the Outlaws. In the national news tonight, isolate now, the urgent health warning in Sydney with children at risk, and Manly response to Dylan Walker's arrest. Is his future at the club in jeopardy? Well, after all that severe weather, Elly Wicks has got some brighter news on the horizon. Stay with us.
This is Prime7 Local News with Madeleine Collignon and Karl Lijnders, and Elly Wicks with your local weather forecast.
Tonight, police to patrol our dams, lakes and rivers ahead of the summer holidays. Heavy rain, flash flooding and small tornadoes all captured on camera.
I'm Daniel Gibson. Later this news hour, businesses on notice after a major COVID breach causes headaches for contact tracers, and an NRL player charged with assault, how a trip to pick up pizza turned violent.
Now, Prime7 Local News.
Good evening. Last year, 248 people drowned in waterways across the country, 89 of them in New South Wales. Police and maritime officials want those numbers down and will be patrolling our lakes, dams and rivers this summer so swimmers are safe.
Prepare to see a sight like this much more often on our waterways over summer.
High visibility and being out there providing advice, providing enforcement, providing compliance.
Caitlin Donaldson, Prime7 News.
A 13-year-old boy is in a critical condition in a Sydney hospital after coming off his trail bike at Walgett. Emergency services were called to the golf course on Montkeela Street last night, where the teenager had been riding with two other boys. He was flown to Westmead Children's Hospital with serious head injuries. Police are now investigating how the accident happened. COVID-19 has changed the way we work, the way we socialise and the way we run our prisons. Correctional centres across our region have adjusted to keep inmates safe from the virus whilst keeping them connected to the outside world.
Closer to home than ever before. While COVID has kept many away from their loved ones, for inmates behind bars, they're more connected to the outside world than ever before. Mel Whiteman, Prime7 News.
Wild spring weather unleashed its fury across our region at the weekend. 63 millimetres of rain fell in Young, around 40 millimetres in an hour. Strange weather patterns also creating rare sights with funnel clouds that look like small tornadoes. Other communities near Young experienced around 28 to 50 millimetres of rain. That did flood some creek crossings, inundating some golf courses in the region.
A funnel cloud is a funnel-shaped cloud of condensed water droplets associated with a rotating column of wind. It generally doesn't touch the ground and is associated with severe instability in the atmosphere.
No severe weather warnings are currently in place for the Central West region. Thank goodness for that. It's been a wild week or two. Elly Wicks is here to wrap today's weather. Hi, Elly. Beautiful sunshine after a coolish start for us, I see.
Yeah, that's right. Certainly no warnings in place, though. It was such a nice day. Good evening. It's been a warm and fairly sunny day for the start of the working and the school week today. We did have some patchy low cloud in some areas, but the temperatures began to warm up throughout the day. We made it into the high teens or around the low 20s in the east. 18 was our maximum today. In Orange, we had a light easterly breeze there. Bathurst, it made it to 20, and our western regions really felt the heat today, getting into the high 20s. 29 for Gilgandra, the same in Cannabel, a little bit cooler for Coonabarabran, but still reaching a top of 24. We should start to heat up this week. It should be lovely and warm. We might get a slight change later in the week, but I'll have all the details coming up on that a little later.
Indeed. Elly, see you then. Thank you. And all of this wild weather has topped up our dams and our lakes. Chifley Dam is sitting at around 100% still across tonight. Summer Park Dam at Orange is almost at 60%. Lake Canobola, Spring Creek and Gosling Creek dams have all reached capacity. Amazing. Burrendong Dam is a tick over 47% and Karl Dam is at 32.1% capacity tonight. Regional airports have taken a massive hit in passenger numbers, will receive a facelift instead. Council-owned airports can apply for federal government funding to undertake runway upgrades, improvements to taxiways and install new fencing and lighting. Local airports are taking 70% fewer passengers but are using the downtime to build new infrastructure before air travel returns to normal.
It's a boost for the local, regional communities who can rely and use those local tradespeople and those local suppliers in order to get the works done.
Projects under $300,000 will be fully funded by the government and councils can apply from tomorrow. Worms and dirt, eyeball jelly and ghost cake, yummo, were all on the menu for Halloween as the scary and spooky flocked to the Central West.
I'm dressed as a raptor, Frankenstein.
The Coronet Milk Bar in Orange put on a COVID-safe Halloween party, helping to ensure there was something to look forward to during the pandemic.
They haven't had birthday parties or things to go to this year, so, you know, we can't make up for all of it, of course, but we are definitely trying to bring some fun back into their lives.
Those decorating their homes had to get creative and stock up on sanitiser and individually wrapped lollies, but COVID didn't turn too many away. This home in Orange had over 300 trick or treaters visit. Looks pretty good indeed. Up next, Cancer Care Western New South Wales reflects on almost a decade of support, and now is the time to apply for bushfire relief. That's next.
And a little later on this news hour, kindergartners forced into isolation after a COVID-19 scare. A Manly player charged over claims of a restaurant brawl. You'll hear the club's response. You'll see the moment the battle between Trump and Biden became a road hazard. And Prince William's COVID-19 fight, and why he's kept his diagnosis a secret.
Tonight, we are asking you to join the fight to save our voices. Go to the change.org/Save Our Voices website to register your vote to keep regional media alive. We need your help.
Stay in touch 24/7 at prime7.com.au.
Cancer Care Western New South Wales has spent almost a decade changing the lives of people battling cancer and supporting the families of patients. The team has reflected on their achievements in that short time, including the creation of the Western Care Lodge, a home away from home for patients and carers to live while they receive treatment at Orange. Another milestone was pushing for drug trials in town.
And that has proved to be enormously successful to the point where the local cancer centre has been nationally recognised as a centre of excellence for drug trials.
The team is now working through COVID obstacles but isn't letting the virus slow them down. Work on the Cook Park Multipurpose Centre is nearing completion. Despite a few delays, the new structure, which will also double as a stage for the Elvis Festival, was meant to be completed by January, but with the festival cancelled for 2021, the completion date has been pushed back. When completed, the structure will also include an 80-seat room, kitchen, facilities and toilets.
A little bit of trouble sourcing some of the things because of the COVID slowdown in imports and whatever, but it'll be up and running next year.
Construction is expected to wrap up in March. Sports next. Central West Talents have led the charge in the Sheffield Shield and the Arana Outlaws come out on top after a match-up against the Wranglers. That's next.
Tomorrow on Sunrise, the final countdown to the US presidential election. I'm live from Washington for the historic race to the White House. That's tomorrow from 5:30 a.m. on Prime7.
After winning the toss, smashing a car and holding their nerve, the Arana Outlaws have advanced in the regional bash. They beat the Central West Wranglers by 7 runs to claim Western bragging rights.
A late flurry set the tone for Arana Outlaws. Brent Strawn and Martin Jeffrey increasing the total in the final overs.
The Orange Vipers are the only undefeated team in the Western Rugby League region. They won the grand final rematch against the Wiradjuri Goannas after a 10-point comeback in the second half. The Vipers scored 3 straight tries to win. The Orange side play Woodbridge next after a heavy win against Castlereagh, and Panorama were too good for the Midwest Brumbies in a strong game. At the Dubbo races, it was a day to remember for the local trainers. Of the 7 races on the card, local trainers won 6 of them. Rodney Robb took the prize purse in race 5. His gelding, Blackadder, won by 2 lengths and claimed his 2nd consecutive victory.
2 runs home fairly well. It's Blackadder holding on. Old Harbour's coming quickly now, but it's going to be Blackadder over Old Harbour.
The winning trainers were from Gilgandra, Wellington and Dubbo. 400 people attended. Great to have your company here tonight. Elly Wicks has a look at the weather ahead. Not as severe as last week. That's good news. We'll see you soon.
Welcome back. Most of this week is looking much calmer across New South Wales with a high pressure system becoming the dominant feature. We'll have some lovely and warm temperatures with mostly sunny skies, but we will have a cold front that'll start to impact the state late Wednesday. It'll head northeast Thursday, creating cooler weather and possibly a shower or two later this week. The bulk of the showers will be directed a little bit further east, but statewide, as we can see, we're really not looking to see a great deal of rain this week. Very light showers for most of us from Thursday, so it should be fairly settled after that. And then, well, especially after what we've been experiencing, it'll be nice and warm, mostly dry across our region. So let's take a look at the temperatures for our Tuesday. Our maxims are set to increase into the high 20s, even Cobar looking to reach 33 degrees tomorrow. Plenty of sunshine across the region. There is the chance of some early morning fog towards the southeast. So Cara 27, Mudgee 26 with the chance of that fog there tomorrow morning. The winds should be light, so it's looking like a lovely spring day for our Tuesday. To Wednesday, and the mercury will be rising under the high pressure system. Cobar could be reaching a top of 37 degrees with plenty of sunshine. The winds will shift to more of a westerly during the day and most likely towards the afternoon as that cold front moves in, but it should be pretty warm still, getting up to 33 in Coonamble, Lithgow 25 and Orange still looking to reach 23 degrees with plenty of sunshine there. The temperatures will drop from that cold front though on Thursday, so we'll be sitting around the low to mid 20s in the west. There is a slight chance of a shower, even a thunderstorm in the morning and in the afternoon. Most areas will be partly cloudy in between that rain. If we do see that rain, it'll cool down to 17 degrees in Orange and 20 the top in Young. Well, let's look ahead now to the next 7 days. We do have some really lovely weather, much like today, heading our way tomorrow and Wednesday, getting up to 31 degrees in Dubbo. We do have the chance of a shower on Thursday and we'll be cooling down. If we have a look at the next 7 days for those in Orange, similar conditions, some really lovely temperatures, but cooling down Thursday.
It's nice to see some settled skies at least, Elly.
Absolutely, yeah, indeed.
We'll need a break and a cup of tea.
Yeah, I'll join you.
See you soon. Elly, thank you. Let's have a look at petrol prices before we go. Bathurst remains under $1 a litre for fuel tonight. 98 cents for petrol and diesel. Wow. At Lithgow, it's $1.08 for unleaded, $1.10 if you're filling up high in Oberon. And while Orange still stands out as one of the more expensive options in the east tonight, petrol around $1.15. And that is your local news for tonight. Great to have your company. Join the debate on your issues on our Facebook page. Stick around. Daniel Gibson has the day's national news next, including the car crash that led to an insurance nightmare while all drivers are at risk. Good to see you.